Hey, so got another KUBEY here, and I gave a little talk on one of the ones I did recently. This is a model KU317E. It's in AUS-10 with G10 scales, and it's that White Mountain Knives fault, man. They're running that 20% off everything. Okay, I think this one is called the Sailor. I'll check that, but I think it's the Sailor. But yeah, I mean the short version is 20% off plus then you get another 10% off with my discount code. So I mean it's just hard to pass up. You take a knife that's originally, $50 and I think you're in the 20s. So yeah. I've got a mess of KUBEYs just waiting to get on the channel and be somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we're going to help them out. Because I didn't buy every KUBEY. I bought the ones that I thought I'd like this one. Visually, I don't know what you're seeing when you look at that, but I see, I'm interested. Yeah, I think it's a Sailor because it's even got this, like a Sailor anchor on it. Yeah. I do like the translucent G10. Now, of course, one of the thoughts that I'm having is, I wonder what this look like in a deep purple. Right? Yeah, I got my purple thing going. Look at this clip, man. It's under the scale. How good is that? So smart. Deep carry. It's going to run it right up to the edge of that knife. I mean, just visually, this was one I'm looking at and I go, I think I got to get it. Let's check it. Yeah, and then it's got that nice sheepfoot blade. Wow, blade centered. Look at that action, man. Who's that designed by? Sakura Sochi. Sakura Sochi. Okay. Good for you, man. Woman? I'm not sure. Could be a dude. Could be a chick. Wow. Yeah, this action's just it's gonna be drop shut. Because it's basically there now. That is a big chunk of what was it? AUS-10? What did I say? Yeah, AUS-10. That's a big, look how fat that is. That is a big chunk of steel, man. But I can tell you right now, I already like this knife. I like it, man. Ergonomically, the action, the materials, the pocket clip. It's like, where you been all my life? Like, I'm digging it. The jimping. I mean, I'm kind of ahead of myself, but yeah, this thing's cool. Hey, let's get in it. Let's move this boat down the river. That was pretty easy. Clearly, both of these got to come. Except they're T8s, which that's pretty cool. Got Loctite on them. Clearly weren't tight enough, put in there tight enough to activate the Loctite though. I find that a lot with factory Loctite. They have Loctite on them, but they're, you got to get them tight. It's the tension that activates the Loctite. You can't just put it on there and then just put the screw in weak. You got to cinch it down. But anyways, there's me telling manufacturers how to do their thing again. Okay. I mean, lots of skeletonization, lots of weight reduction on these liners. A lot of it. There's not a lot of oil hanging around, so I think I'm going to leave this be. And am I looking at, sure enough, so it's that clip's reversible on this one. Yep, you can just take it and put it here. It's got a spacer in there that my guess would be is that spacer comes out and just goes to the other side. Yeah. would go here instead of the pocket clip. Pretty cool, man. I like it. Simple design, but yet pretty darn nice. I mean, I don't see a lot of debris or dirt or anything in here, and it looked to be oiled in the right places, so I'm going to wipe it all off and re-oil it in the same places. But I'm going to venture to say that I'm probably not going to see a market improvement in the action or any part of this knife, just because, I mean, it was running pretty good, and I don't see anything that's going to be improved in here by me taking it apart. You know, it was set up pretty good in here. It wasn't over oily. They did a good job checking it out of their factory, getting it out to the consumer. Quick cleanup on these bearings, and we're ready to go. Yep. Okay, let's get it back together. I like it when a plan comes together. I don't know, did I have a plan? I didn't really have a plan. We were just moving forward. Okay, bearing, just a dab or two of that. Blade, nice. A little more of the secret sauce. And then I gotta get this spacer in here. I'm gonna put it on the bottom side so all the fitments are coming down on top. There it is. That fit good. It's just sometimes these small ones, man, are kind of hard to contend with. And then this pocket clip, how does this work? I gotta figure it out. I mean, clearly that's got to go in ahead of time. Yep. Just because it's milled out in there and it fits. So it's not something you could slide in after the fact. It's got to be in there now. Which, that's fine. I mean, it went right in there. It's not complicated. Okay. But yeah, it's not an afterthought. It's part of the actual scale assembly on this side of the knife. See if I can put this in a fashion that'll activate that Loctite, cinch that down. Just put a little tension on it. Yep, doesn't take much. Okay, let me check these just on principle. I don't need anything coming loose. All right, let's check that pivot. Check blade tension. Ooh, so good. No play, no play. Let's see if we can give it a little less. Yeah, I mean, wow. Almost guillotine. I'm going to check it for blade here. Ooh, look at it now. It is. Just need a little tension. It is just, there's just a slightest little wiggle in there. So I'd rather not have, well, it didn't hurt the action. The wiggle's gone. Yeah, okay. All right, let's get rid of our stuff. I like it, man. I do like it, and I don't say this about all of them, but I think this one ends up in my pocket. I think this is a carry piece. Got to decide if I want to dye it, though. Pretty sure I will. I don't need a neon green or whatever that green is. Yeah, so the action, it's creeping up on an A for sure. Yeah, look at it. If I just bring the butt of that knife around, that blade will go up to meet it, or go down to meet it. Yeah, so the action's solid, man. It is so good. Access to the lock bar, this is lowered. You can see it pretty well there. And so the thumb coming in, and then there's jimping here, so it just makes for a really good purchase to activate that lock bar. Get that out of the way. Yeah, very nice. Ergonomics. So, oddly enough, man, this jimping here, very strong jimping. And then this flipper tab, it's high enough, and this is recessed, and then this jimping here, that it creates a confident grip. This is absolutely a confident grip. I feel like I could grip in here. I'm locked in. There's no hot spots. The pocket clip disappears in there. And this is a confident grip. Now, it's not really a pokey knife. So on a pokey knife, I'd say, well, that's pokey as a needle. I could draw, I could check my blood sugar. That's not this. That's not this. This is really a slicing knife and, a cutter. 100% the tip of that coming down and cutting. I don't know if you cut a lot of boxes open versus a box cutter. Is this an option? I mean, maybe. Let's check that grip and we'll check the sharpness of it. I mean, I know it's thick stock, but I'll bet you it's still sharp as can be. So it definitely gets over the thick stuff and completely disappears and leaves the visual of this wonderful clip. It's got this cutouts and stuff. I like it. And the cutouts aid in grabbing it and pulling it out. Standard jean size material, it is just as solid. This is one, man. Get thrown in a dryer, tumbled for 20 minutes. When you come out, that knife is still in your pocket where you thought it was. When you reach for it, it's going to be there. Yeah, you're not going to reach back for this knife and it not be where you left it. Not going to happen. All right, sharpness. Let's check it. Oh, that action is just getting better and better and better. Yeah, I mean, so you can carry a box cutter or you could carry this. Wonderful. Price and availability. So White Mountain Knives is the source for these Kubeys right now because of the deal they're running. 20% off in cart. So this thing normally is like $70-some. It's on sale for $50-something. Well, with the 20% off, it takes you down to like $42, I think. And then you get to use DM10 on top of that, which is another $4.20. So you're at like $37 and some change for this. I mean, come on. AUS-10. I mean, G10 scales, they have several different colors. I mean, several different options too. There's black blades, there's this stonewash blade, there's satin, I mean, lots of options. And so, I don't know, if you carry a knife to cut, to open, to slice, even this type of cut, well, I think this is a viable option for under $40. Great action, excellent ergonomics. I mean, that's why I have so many of these sitting around to check in, because they're just at a price point that I just couldn't pass up for an awesome knife. All right, KUBEY Sailor, White Mountain Knives is the place to go. Link down below in the notes. Appreciate you watching.